And news just coming in, Pakistan's caretaker Prime Minister Anwaar-ul-Haq Kakar has charge-sheeted the Taliban government in Afghanistan. The caretaker Prime Minister said that despite of repeated assurances, the Afghan government did nothing against terrorism emanating from Afghanistan's soil, and in some instances, they were in fact found supporting the terrorists. Pakistan has also demanded the interim Afghan government to hand over all those wanted by Pakistan in terrorism, instability and security situation in the country, which is being caused by those Afghans living illegally in Pakistan. The statement made by Kakar comes after Taliban came into power. Pakistan saw a 60% rise in terrorism. 15 Afghan nationals were involved in suicide attacks in Pakistan this year. And for more on this, we are now being joined by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik from Islamabad. So Anas, now that Pakistan has demanded the interim Afghanistan government to hand over all those wanted by Pakistan to the country, what should we expect next?
Well, what we would be expecting is more hostilities in diplomatic relations, more severing of diplomatic relations to Asia going forward. Pakistan's interim Prime Minister, caretaker Prime Minister Anwaar-ul-Haq Kakar is addressing a press conference right now as I'm talking to you, and he has effectively charge-sheeted the interim Afghan government by saying that the statements, the threatening statements that have been coming from Afghanistan have not been encouraging. The fact that the interim Afghan government has been aiding and abetting those who are perpetrating terrorism in the country. They're saying he said that the Taliban Pakistan TTP has its safe haven in Afghanistan, for which the interim Afghan government has failed to act. Pakistan has been providing evidence to the Afghan side, but despite of repeated assurances, they have failed to act and they've fallen short. So all of this basically will culminate into more severing of hostilities, more exchange of words we'd be seeing diplomatically, and the impact of it would be seen at the borders as well going forward. Remember, Pakistan has 2,600 kilometers long border with Afghanistan, out of which 14 have border access points. So we would be seeing some sort of tensions around there following these statements that have been made by the Pakistani Prime Minister.
Right, Anas. Pakistan's caretaker Prime Minister Anwaar-ul-Haq Kakar has said that they will continue the transit trade with Afghanistan. What does that look like? Shed some light on that.
Well, there's a huge spectrum of Afghan transit trade, despite the fact that some of the items were banned, because a lot of it was, as per the interim Prime Minister, a lot of those items were being used for smuggling. So he said that in a bid to signal their international moral obligation that they would continue with that, he said that they will continue with Afghan transit trade. But as I said, how much of it would now be coming through Pakistan? That's a bigger question. We've seen that in the past, Afghan government has also moved for their dependence on Afghan transit trade through Uzbekistan and through Iran as well, the Chabahar port. So would that be upped more? Would there be more utility of that, or will there still be dependence on the Pakistani route? That's a question, the answer to which only time can tell. Rahisha?
Right, Anas, we'll have to wait and see how things pan out. But thanks very much for joining us on WION and sharing your insights on the story.